Welcome to the Jets training facility in Florham Park, New Jersey, as we get set to talk about Jets-Patriots, the second matchup of the season between the two teams. I'm here with our NFL columnist, Steve Serby. I'm Mark Hale. And, Steve, let's talk about the...
What happened to legendary? You used to introduce me as legendary.
Well, I like to, keep your ego in check sometimes.
Right. That's a good idea.
Let's start the way that Rex Ryan always starts his press conferences, and that's with the injury report. And Brodney Poole, Steve, this is a guy who's dealing with a knee injury. Rex said today he's a little concerned about him for the game. This is a guy who made 8 tackles against the Patriots the first time. What kind of significance would that be to the Jet defense if Brodney can't go? Well,
in the first game against the Patriots, the Jets did a really good job against the big tight end Gronkowski. I think he only had 4 catches for minimal yardage. And Poole is part of that package of experienced DBs that Rex likes to put on the field.
Right.
And Gronkowski had a field day against the Giants a week ago.
He's had a field day against a lot of guys.
Yeah, he's a 6'6" monster, especially in the red zone.
Right.
And the more quality, experienced DBs you have, the better off you're going to be. So, but Rex and Mike Penton will come up with a game plan that will compensate for any loss of Brodney Poole.
All right, we'll see what happens with Poole. Plaxico Burress also dealing with a back injury, but Rex said he's pretty confident that Plax will be able to go. One of the things Rex talked about today, Steve, is he said that this matchup against the Patriots, he said this one's about how much our team's improved from the first time. How much has this team improved?
Well, if you watched the Buffalo game, you would have seen a lot of improvement.
Right.
They're running the ball. They've gone back to their roots. They've gotten their identity back on both sides of the ball. Calvin Pace has given them pass rush. Aaron Maben has been the X factor.
Yep.
And the Patriots are descending while the Jets are ascending. So in the NFL, sometimes it's not who you play, but when you play them.
Right.
This is the wrong time to play the Jets at a place where they're unbeaten, MetLife Stadium.
And we've talked. Let's talk about the stadium. You, in your column for today's paper, spoke to Woody Johnson, the Jets owner, about the need for the fans to kind of get involved in this game. What did Woody tell you?
Well, Rex has been talking about that all week.
Right.
He wants the MetLife Stadium to be the 12th man,
right.
Which he always does. But Woody really loves the New York fans. He loves their passion. He loves the building that he owns now and that he helped build.
Right.
And MetLife Stadium has become a house of pain. The Jets are unbeaten there.
Right.
So Woody expects this to be the loudest stadium that he has been part of since he's been the owner.
Wow.
And he wants Tom Brady's head to implode.
Right.
He wants his fans to bring throat lozenges. He wants them screaming so that Brady can't hear himself think.
The Jets fans got the game ball a couple of years ago against the Patriots.
If they win Sunday night,
yeah,
the same thing will happen.
Game ball from Jet fans.
Absolutely.
What kind of pressure, Steve? This is something you touched on this week. The pressure on Rex Ryan a little bit in this game. He challenged other teams to beat the Patriots. We've now seen some of these other teams, the Giants and the Bills, do that very thing that Rex requested.
And the Steelers.
And the Steelers as well, you're right. What kind of pressure now is on Rex, as you wrote about in your column, to get this done?
Well, Rex doesn't care what anybody thinks.
Right.
However, Rex opens himself up
to
be what I call the coach who cries wolf if he doesn't deliver that Super Bowl that he keeps guaranteeing every 5 minutes.
Right, right. So now this is a big opportunity for him to kind of take that step toward that, winning the division. And
to be the champ, you got to beat the champ, and the Patriots have had a stranglehold on the division since he's been here, and even obviously before Rex got here as the head coach.
No doubt. Now we've seen Plaxico Burress have some pretty good weeks these last couple of weeks here against the Chargers. He has 3 touchdowns. Last week he's a game high catches in 5, jet high 79 yards receiving. What about Santonio Holmes?
Could you speak English? Would you mind?
What about Santonio Holmes? He scored a touchdown last week, but there's obviously been talk about him not getting the ball enough. Where did
I started that talk?
You began it, as you usually do.
Yeah. Well, look, that's the guy that they pay $10 million a year for. He's got 25 catches, 4 touchdowns.
Right.
I would feed this guy early and often. The Patriots have the worst pass defense in the league.
Well, that's the thing. Their secondary is terrible.
Right. Now, Belichick has always paid a lot of attention to Dustin Keller.
Right.
Because Keller burned him once when Brett Favre was the quarterback in Foxborough.
Okay.
But you can't double everybody. I mean, if it's Santonio needs the ball.
Right.
And the Jets are not going to wing the ball 40 times. That's not their identity now. They're going to still run the ball, but I want to see Santonio Holmes. His highest output this year was opening night against Dallas, 6 catches. After that, it's been 2, 3, sometimes 1 catch.
Right.
He needs at least 5 catches and a touchdown.
He said he makes $10 million a year. Is that why he wears the 10 as his uniform number?
You know what? I hadn't. That's the kind of insight we get on NewYorkPost.com.
This is what we do. Now, all the action will take place Sunday night at MetLife Stadium. Jets and Patriots round 2. If last year's any guide, we might get a third matchup this season as well. You can follow everything that Steve writes at nypost.com or follow him on Twitter, which is at nypost_Serby. He has a couple of one-liners every now and then that I don't want to get your head too.
They're pretty funny.
They're not bad. Yeah. You follow me on Twitter at Hale Mark. I'll try to be as funny as Serby. For Steve, I'm Mark Hale.